Oh, Jesus. Omega and Chaos. Bitch, you got wings. Why are you walking? Oh. Oh, that just does 2,000 a shot. Oof. Oh, wow. I have a limited number of bullets with this gun. See? Why didn't you do that? Kamehameha! Why did we land further from our goal? What's going on now? Cloud! Oh, it's your boy.
Sorry about the wait.
Tifa. Voiced by Rachel Lee Cook.
Everything's clear over here.
Where have you guys been? Barrett!
They're all yours now, Vincent!
God, the remake voice is so much better on every character.
All on a day's work.
Fire. And just in time.
When did I start caring so much about what happened? The rest is up to you.
All right, Vinny, Vincenzo. Oh, the power of friendship. Friendship.
Guess I have no choice. It's time to save the world.
That's true. Where the hell is Red? Oh ho ho. Kingdom Hearts moment. Was Red in Advent Children? I can't even remember that either. How did I know this was going to turn into a side-scrolling shooter? Is this the Gact song? The VO and the VAs in Remake are superb. This must be the Gact song. Mind if you even playable in Remake, I just care that I think they'll make him playable in 2. It's just for the short amount of time that he's in the game, like, imagine playtesting and having to figure out that whole character, you know, and then people would complain that he was only playable for that little bit and they didn't make any Shinra challenges, and, you know, that game got delayed, so, like, a few times. So let's just get the first part out there. Otherwise, they nailed everything about it. The combat in it is the best combat they've done in years. I've been watching Joy play 15 and 13, and I replayed 13 last year, and I'm just like, thank God. 7 felt fair, made sense, had depth. It's a lot that's really good about Remake. Why fly? What's going on? We're listening to this hot rock song. We're inside Omega. Can do the final battle. Got 40 minutes to beat this game. Oh, Lord. God, everyone disappeared. The concurrence dropped in half. Everyone's like, we're out. Gosh, saving. What's happening? Come on, Vincenzo. Come on, Vincenzo. Let's do this. It's over for him. The counter's bug. Ah. Shoot him in the face. End this. Proto-materia. Then here we go. Then a finale, chaotic. Oh my God, we're at the ending. I think it ends up not counting you if you don't chat for a while. So somebody, who's this Pokemon?
Who's that Pokemon?
Everyone respond. Ah, Phantom Lewis knows a shit. No, that's not a picture of you, raccoons. Take that, crystal feelers. I wonder if they're gonna port it with all the other GameCube games. I don't know. How many didn't they just make Crystal Chronicles and that's it? Oh Lord, just showing off the goods. All right, Vincenzo, it's time. Is crazy? What do you mean this counter? Is he gonna counter me? Or do I have a counter and I have to beat him in a certain amount of time? How are they gonna complicate this? Oh my God. I don't think Nintendo would be inspired by this game. Maybe inspired what not to do. No, this game doesn't want to end. That is the true Dirge of Cerberus. They're everywhere at once. Hi, Crazy Mike. We are at the end of Dirge of Cerberus Final Fantasy VII. Oh ho 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 ho. They're going Dragon Ball. That's what's happening. They're everywhere and nowhere. They're hurt and they're not. They're invincible, but they're not. He's Hojo, but he's not. Oh, goodness. What's this mean? Is this his final form? Key. Gotta make sure the fan's running or else it'll overheat. Oh, Omega Fusion. People love to laugh at this game. Do you not, Sway? Do you like it? Am I making fun of it? I don't think I'm making fun of it. Oh, Vincenzo. Oh my god, what the hell is that? Watch out, Vincenzo! Come on, Vincenzo, he's so close. Get him, Vincenzo! One more! Okay, is that the final form? Oof. Goodbye, Omega Weapon. See you later. Oh, with 29 minutes to spare. Want you to see the post-credit scene? Okay, oh my god, okay. Goodbye, Omega. Why does everything sprout wings in this world? Whenever they sprout wings, it's usually not good. Vincenzo.
Omega's ascending. But that would mean...
Come on, do some DBZ shit. Spare bomb, do something. Oh, I sprouted wings too. Am I ascending? Come on, Vincenzo.
Vincent?
Is he dead? What do I think of the game? I thought they were going there, but we didn't get the clear answer. I didn't know what Lucrezia's motivation was for like falling in love with Hojo. I thought they were getting to the point where it's like she couldn't solve it, and then she tricked Hojo into solving it for him. But then Hojo ended up using all her research to make himself, obviously, Omega. The implication of his father being involved with Lucrezia kind of came out of nowhere. So it's like, you've achieved pink glow. That's all I've ever wanted. The implication of his father being involved with Lucrezia kind of came out of nowhere, and I don't think paid off. Like, she's guilty that his father died, and she thinks it's his fault. But like, what was their relationship? Gameplay wise, I forgave a lot of it in the beginning because it was like feeling like Devil May Cry-ish. It was just a little more shooting. And I was waiting for the gameplay to open up, and it kind of never did. Like, as soon as you got the short, the normal, and the long barrel, like, that's as much as the gameplay really expanded. The story was interesting. The voice acting was not the best. But what are you going to do about that? I mean, Steve Bloom, cool. I liked Reeve. Everyone else, I was kind of like, I used the limit break maybe twice in this game, and I don't like that it was like subject to an item. What else? Hold on, it's hot. I need to turn my fan on. I don't like how disconnected some of the characters felt. Like, Cloud and everyone saved the freaking world. Would it really take them that long to shut down the reactors? And then he shows up out of nowhere and like cuts this beam in half like it's no problem, and then he's like, whatever, let me get on my phone. The idea of Deep Ground was cool. Because your gameplay doesn't open up, like, the bosses don't really get all that complicated. It's just pew 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 pew. God, it would have been cool if he dual wielded like something. I do like all the callbacks. I like that we went back to Midgar. I like seeing what happened to Midgar after, like, getting a sense of what's happened to the planet since Meteorfall. If you must experience this game in any form, just watch the, like, 4 hours of VOD that it took me to beat the whole thing. What? Shulua? Oh, it's no longer...
Vincent. It has been almost a week since that day. The life stream has returned to the planet and has begun to flow normally once again. And I have started to fill the 10-year hole in my life. Or at least, started to try. I've learned so much in the past weeks. Now that I realize I'm not alone, I think I may be a little stronger than I was before.
Tifa, it's Final Heaven.
Have you heard from Cloud? He hasn't found anything.
Ain't gonna make this easy for us, is he?
Vincent, do you remember the last words we exchanged? Do you remember our promise? Your promise to Lucrezia. Go. Tell her how you feel. Tell her what is truly in your heart. I know that you probably will never see this, but I have to try. I have to believe.
Red!
I must never give up hope. Never.
Lucrezia. Everything's all right now. Omega and Chaos have returned to the planet. Thank you. It was you. You were the reason I survived.
Choke?
Everyone's waiting, Vincent Valentine. I don't know why they made me come up here and get you. Not that I mind, though.
Why does she look like Kyrie? Because this is the same designer, I think. So it's just floating in space now? Who is that? Is that Genesis? It's Genesis.
Puppy.
It is not yet time for slumber. We still have much work to do. My brother.
That was the game. That was the game. Now I understand why everyone hates this game. Come on, that was awesome. I have 10 minutes so we could chat. Your theory is that somehow Genesis is going to be involved in the remake. So I think that's going to be interesting to find out if they're going to involve Genesis and these subplots. Zack is important. Zack is very important to the story. The fact that Zack is Final Fantasy VII Remake spoilers. If you haven't finished Final Fantasy VII Remake or care, please run away now. I'm going to give you until this song hits 45 seconds to run away. And you better run away, because I will be very unfiltered. 4 more seconds. Okay. The fact that Zack is still alive in some kind of dimension is interesting. It's interesting. I don't know that I really care for this Genesis plotline to come back. I didn't really find Genesis' story to be totally compelling. I didn't find that to be totally compelling. And yeah, it was interesting that at the end of Crisis Core, you see that Genesis is taken away because Zack leaves him there. So yeah, I was like, okay, what is that going to be? And then literally playing through this whole game, I was like, I thought we were going to find out what happened to Genesis, and there's the secret ending. But I just, at this point in the plotline lore of Final Fantasy VII, what is left? I mean, we just tried to unleash the ultimate beast that's supposed to transfer the planet's life stream to a larger galactic life stream. We just killed that, so now that can't happen. Sephiroth's motivation was to destroy the planet to become one with the life stream so he could go across and be like Genova and take over planets and stuff. I also don't understand Hojo's motivation for doing this besides power, which nothing struck me about Hojo that he wants ultimate power. He wants control, but like he didn't, he also wouldn't want to destroy the planet. I'm a little confused here with Hojo's motivations. I've never heard anyone mention Dirge of Cerberus. I don't think it's important or connected enough to warrant appearances in the remakes. Technically, Dirge of Cerberus is the last canon piece of Final Fantasy VII. It's the last canon piece of Final. I mean, like, even the box art right here, it says the sequel to Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. So I wonder what they're going to do to clean everything up in these remakes, because Zack has to stay. Zack is important to the story. They fleshed it out with this Genesis plot line, but then like Genesis and Angeal like muddied up that a little bit more, and they gave you at least some like lore for the Buster Sword, which like doesn't feel super important yet in remake. Interesting. I think what is happening right now is we got to remember why Cloud still have his arm sleeve, though, because they didn't want to have to pay to trust me, I'm sure they used every Advent Children asset they could to keep costs down, and they were just like, we're not going to do the whole animating the not sleeve thing. And then where was I going with this point? I think you have to remember that these games came at a weird time for Square, where it's like their storytelling wasn't the best. I mean, we're around Kingdom Hearts times. Like, 1 was fine. It was pretty simple, but still, it was like, oh, it was Xehanort the whole time. And you're like, okay. And then 2 had, like, let's do Roxas for 6 hours and give you no explanation as to who this character is or why you're reliving these events. And then Sora's been locked in this thing, but you'd only know if you played the 3DS card game what's happened. What? And then I feel like Crisis Core and Dirge of Cerberus hit this, like, anime territory, where it's, I don't know, some of the conventionality is kind of missing there. Some pieces of Dirge of Cerberus felt very, soapy, which is interesting for a game to feel that way. Kingdom Hearts 2 still slap, though. God, I need to revisit that. The voice acting was not the best, but this is also when they were hiring names, and not that they didn't hire names for Remake, but then it was like Mandy Moore, Lance Bass, Rachel Lee Cook, like, even they were like the pop stars, the like teen, like Tiger Beat kind of stars of the day, versus I feel like everyone takes voice acting a lot more seriously as an art form, unless it's like a kid's movie. Then it's like, oh, we want to put Angelina Jolie and other people's names on these things. But I think games got away from that. And yeah, they announced the voice cast for 7 Remake, and there's a lot of like Teen Wolf stars in there and stuff. But like, as soon as I saw Teen Wolf stars, I was like, well, when they probably started making this game, that's when Teen Wolf was huge. R.I.P. Teen Wolf. But I think every voice actor in that game kicked ass. But I also think it comes from a really good casting and really good direction. And that also costs money, and I don't think Square spared many expenses. They knew that this game was going to be super important to their bottom line. Dirge of Cerberus. Fubu, please don't be mad at me. I really can't find a redeeming factor for this game. Good morning to the sisters and homos only. Daddy Zaddy, we beat Dirge of Cerberus. I've got 5 more minutes to talk about this game, and then I have to go. Fubu, I'm sorry, I cannot find a redeeming factor for this game. I just think the gameplay wasn't there, and it's difficult to say it's a product of its time in that respect, because Devil May Cry was out at this point, and Devil May Cry kind of... This game is not B-Right approved. It's VOD approved. If you're at a television on Netflix, and I've been doing 40-minute cuts of it on YouTube, so you could watch them on YouTube if you want. They're really condensed. So it'll take you like 4 hours if you really want to. Oh my god, the PS2 case. Wow. I feel like it's been a minute since I've seen one. I mean, it's right here. It's right here. I can't find a redeeming thing for this game. The gameplay was not there. Devil May Cry was out at this point, had been out at this point, and you can feel some Dante vibes starting to happen here, but the combat's not there, the melee combat's not there, the gunplay's not there, the gameplay doesn't open up. Once you get the three different barrels, I mean, besides their rate of fire, and then like, the long barrel hitting farther, and then maybe the sniper scope, the gameplay doesn't open up. Wrote you, told you, now I read you. The story I was intrigued by, but I will tell you that I actually got wrapped up a lot quicker and more invested in Crisis Core story than I did this one. I think I told you all I was hesitant when I started, and it's right here. I told you guys I was hesitant when I started Crisis Core because I remember not super being in love. Okay, if you haven't seen a PS2 game in a while, here's a PSP one. With Crisis Core, I was hesitant. I'm like, I remember being really frustrated with that game and not liking some things about it. But I got absorbed into the story of Crisis Core a lot quicker. The relationship with Angeal, the music, seeing this human side of Sephiroth that, like, you're like, oh yeah, he was a person at one point, and you don't really see that in the original. You don't really see the human side before, he found out who he was and he became deranged. Eh.